Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starcraft being another high quality Starcraft 2 presentation. I have here today a 1v1 between our purple Terran player, ESC's GoOdy, and as you can already see from the chat, our red Protoss player, none other than WhiteRa, formerly known as WhiteRa, possibly one of the best Protosses in Europe. Well, in fact, certainly one of the best Protosses in Europe. Maybe only second to Kiwi Khaki, although I'd say he's probably almost as good as Kiwi Khaki. But anyway, the map is Scrap Station, and this is part one that is in a best of three. Although I'm not going to cast the best of three, I just cast a couple of those, and the rendering time takes quite a long time doing it in a new format, and the upload time is just astronomical. The latest best of three combined took 14 hours to upload because my connection is really poo. So without further ado, we should get into the game. You see GoOdy starting his potential wall off field, a supply depot at the ramp. Another SCV coming out. You should be seeing a bunker being, barracks being thrown down right there. Yes, there we do. And there's a few more options he can put down here. He can put down another barracks. You go sort of 2 racks play. We'll see if he's going to get a gas. Normally a Terran player will get a gas around a 13-14 mark. There he goes, the gas down. So we're not going to be seeing a 1 racks fast expand from our Protoss player over here. We have gas going down as well, and the gateway. So relatively standard traditional build orders so far from both of these players. Got a bit of scouting going on by WhiteRa. He's going to get up into the base of GoOdy, and we'll see a barracks at the front, and he will see the gas as well, and that will tell him that his opponent is not looking to do a fast expand build. Just waiting to see the next tech structure. We've got quite a lot of minerals, so we should be getting our orbital command. There we go. We're getting a marine out that just uses up all those minerals. Over here at our Protoss player's base, we should be seeing fairly soon a cybernetics core going down. There it is. It's being thrown down there just behind the mineral line. It makes it a little bit harder to snipe off. On this map, you've got to be very careful of drops and things like that. Obviously not for another 3.5 minutes or so of gameplay time, but you do have to be wary of it. There's quite a lot of dead space around your base, and let's not forget the huge gulf in between that is only crossable by air. You have a marine coming out from GoOdy. He will take control of the Sonic Watchtower from that probe. That probe should be getting out of there fairly quickly. And you may have noticed from the production tab already that GoOdy is throwing down a factory. So he's chosen not to do a complete wall off. Although this SCV must be waiting to do something very soon. Yeah, we go. Oh, it's just another supply depot going there. So in the meantime, from our barracks, we're just making a couple of marines. We've got the orbital command up and running and just pumping out some SCVs, and the factory, like I said, is on the way over here in the base of a WhiteRa. We are getting our second gas line, chrono boosting the warp gate technology, and that's about the size of it for now. So we're staying with just 1 gateway at the moment. Has got the minerals for another one. Let's see exactly what he's going to do. He's going with a robotics facility, in fact, there. So 1 gate robo so far coming out from our Terran player's base. GoOdy. We have a Hellion on the way. No add-ons on any of these structures at the moment. We do have a bunker being thrown down at the front here as well. And I do see a starport in production, just hidden out of the way there up towards the back of the base of GoOdy. So we might be seeing, well, it could be anything really. I mean, this is the sort of the 1-1-1 build. It's a very popular build with Terrans, and the reason being you get 1 of each structure to begin with. It does allow you to tech to practically anything quite quickly. A couple more gateways going down as well now for WhiteRa. We've got 1 there and 1 on the other side of this base, so keeping structures relatively spread out. Another pylon going down here, which is great because it does double cover that robotics facility. It's getting a warp prism out. This is something that WhiteRa has been doing in quite a few games. Warp prism harass. You can do a lot of damage with it. A lot of Protoss players forget about the warp prism, I feel, which means that they don't get used overly much, and your opponent, as a result of this, can actually become quite vulnerable to having the odd drop in the back of his base with a warp prism. We'll notice though that in the production tab, our Terran player is getting a medevac. He has got 3 Hellions in this one, so this will be heading out across the map into the base of WhiteRa. We'll see how much economic damage this will be able to do. He's going to be wanting to target the SCVs. There is a drop in return from WhiteRa though, and that drop I believe is full of zealots. Zealots and Stalkers. There are some Marines out at the bottom. The Zealots with... Oh, he's going to be very careful there. Almost loses that warp prism. The Hellions are in the SCV line though, and the SCV's trying to get a quick surround on that Hellion. I'm not entirely certain whether they backed off towards Stalker. Fortunately, these are not blue flame Hellions, they won't be doing too much damage, but over here the drop of WhiteRa is doing quite good damage actually. It's denying a lot of mining time. The Warp Prism, I believe, has now been killed. It has. So we have a couple of Zealots and a Stalker just in here. The Viking should be going down to the Stalker, perhaps. Yeah, there it goes. So these two guys are unfortunately going to die, but it does mean that they have taken a lot of the income. You see 40 minerals a minute there, just going a little bit now, with WhiteRa on 800 minerals a minute at 27 harvests to 18. So even with that Hellion drop into the mineral line of WhiteRa, he did that really well, handled it very, very well indeed, in fact. And he's actually getting another Warp Prism and a Twilight Council going up now. Both players still on one base. It's normally around this time in a game where you want to be looking at getting another expansion, but both players feeling quite safe. They're quite happy to stay on one base at the present time. May even see this repaired. I think that's, yeah, there we go. We've got the SCV repairing both the Hellions before it repairs that medevac, and we've got a little probe coming out. So we might be seeing just a scout to see if the expansion's gone down, and another drop. This time 4 Stalkers at the back. Warp Prism is taken out, and the Stalkers aren't being able to take out quite a few of these Marines and Hellions. They're going after the Viking now. The Viking goes down, and they're trying to take out the medevac. The medevac goes down as well. The Hellion is down. This is not looking good whatsoever for GoOdy. One Hellion is just being, one Stalker is being microwaved from the SCVs now, and I think that's all the offensive units. There's a tank left, but the tank versus 2 Stalkers should be able to win, no problems whatsoever. Yet another Warp Prism in production now for WhiteRa. So he looks like he's still going with this drop style plate, and he's now getting Templar Archives. So he's switching up to High Templars. We have an engineering bay being thrown down somewhere in our Terran player's base. No, wait, it is a proxy engineering bay. So he's throwing this down just to delay the expansion of WhiteRa. He's trying to just snipe off that SCV, but he should be able to get down here with a couple of Stalkers very, very quickly and finish off that engineering bay. In fact, here come those Stalkers now. You can see over here at the natural of GoOdy, WhiteRa is there waiting, and oh, I thought I saw a dot of red on the map just then. I did wonder if there was another drop coming in, but it looks not. We do have some Zealots being walked in here. We do have an expansion going down as well. GoOdy is able to build this in his base. WhiteRa is building his now as well. So about 10.5 minutes, both players getting their expos up. We've got Sonic Storm on the way. That is being chrono boosted out as well, and we have a couple of HTs being walked in just ready. They should have enough energy by the time Sonic Storm finishes to do a couple of storms themselves, and then Chaotic Amulet will be researched as well. You have a small push, very small push now, just a few Stalkers coming out, probably just to look, see if there is an expansion going down, although it should have been seen already by the observer down here at WhiteRa. Let's have a quick look. Yes, he has seen the expansion being built, so he's fully aware of that. We do have a couple of missile turrets going there. There's one there, one in the mineral line as well. And with those two and these Vikings, the drop play that WhiteRa has been using so far should at least be slowed. Probably won't be stopped, but should be slowed. Let's look at the income tab. We are at 35 harvesters to 27, so GoOdy is catching up slowly but surely. On the army size, we are at 65 for WhiteRa versus 45 for GoOdy. Not so good actually. A little bit of engagement at the front. The observer does get taken out. The vision from the missile turret does extend quite a long way. I believe the vision for it has a range of 9, whereas the attacks have range of 7, so it can see a lot further than it can shoot. And oh, we did have a drop there. HT's dropping at the back, turning into an Archon now as well. Let's look at the income tab, and we are 23 harvesters, so we've lost probably 5 or 6 harvesters just from that HT attack there. This Archon is about to get killed by the tank. He may get the Viking. Oh, almost gets the Viking. But once again, the mining time of GoOdy has been interrupted a lot. So a little bit of a probing attack at the front there, just to try and do a little bit of damage and try and save that observer. Meanwhile, at the back, there was that HT drop, and that was really nice to see. We have Chaotic Amulet going down, we have +1 weapons, and an Immortal, as well as a second Forge being built. You can see we've got one there. Where's the other one's going to be somewhere here. There's the other Forge, and another gateway. So WhiteRa is getting a few more gateways down here. He's going to stay with this gateway style of play. And gateway units backed up by something solid like an Immortal to deal with things like tanks and marauders is a fairly solid army, especially if you've got enough gas to throw in a sentry or two as well, and really deny your opponent any chance to flee or position himself in such a way that it benefits him. More factories going down now as well though for GoOdy, so we may be seeing a few more tanks. We do have a Banshee out, no cloak yet though. Oh, a little bit, once more, of a probing attack at the front. You see a little bit of damage was done to the shields of these Stalkers, but nothing else really. But those tanks in siege mode certainly will be blocking that front door from anything but a really strong push coming through. So let's go back over to the expansion of WhiteRa. Sorry, Duckload Ra. Keep calling him WhiteRa. I do apologise, but I spent so long calling the guy WhiteRa that it's kind of hard not to. Couple more gas extractors going down, sorry, simulators going down. Still getting upgrades coming out. We should be getting armour as well. Yep, there it is. He's looking in a fairly solid position. He does have that most important economic advantage. He's getting on actually for 15 harvesters ahead. Ooh, Banshee taking out one of those Stalkers. The Banshee did appear to take a bit of damage there. It took quite a lot of damage there. It's now being repaired by an SCV. The GoOdy not really wanting to let that Banshee go down. And we have Blue Flame Hellions being researched. So the Infernal Pre-Igniter does actually double the damage that Hellions do. And we have another expansion being built as well. Just trying to find that. There it is, hidden at the back of the base. This one may actually be going off to the island expansion there. Duckload Ra, almost called him WhiteRa again, is taking his third base now. He's taking them all down the one side. So he's going to be in a really, really strong position, still keeping up the same number of bases as his opponent, and he's getting Zealot leg speed or Zealot charge. Missile turret will be going down, and I like this placement of the pylon here on the high ground. As soon as the observer comes in, line of sight will be given to the high ground, and we can get a few guys warping in at the top there just to try and come in and do maybe some economic damage down here. Banshee is coming in though. He should be able to take out this pylon no problem. The two Stalkers that were here have retreated, although they are on the way back. The probe's been taken out, and these guys need to get back here before that pylon gets taken out. They want to try and push that Banshee back and walk in a few more units on the high ground if they can. Oh, wow! Oh, that was so sweet. That was awesome. This HT just feedbacked. Sorry, is it feedback or fed back? Never sure on the tense of that. But fed back the Banshee, and bam, down it goes. Oh, wow, wow, wow. One-sided storm being released there onto the mules that do go down. Some of those SCVs as well, you can see on very, very low hit points, but the tanks have taken out the small attack at the front. A couple of Zealots came in around the back and have cleaned that up though. Immortals, Zealots and Stalkers now moving into the natural of GoOdy, and they're going to do a hell of a lot of damage. Zealot legs is almost finished, but these Immortals will go straight through these structures, no problem. As soon as they advance towards the tank as well, the Immortals will take them out. They do have +1 weapons upgrade, so they're 55 damage a shot versus these tanks. And GoOdy not looking in a good position now. We got them advancing up to the front, and Sonic Storm going straight down on those tanks. Another Storm going down as well. You see that does great damage to the tank. They cannot move out of it very, very quickly. And all those tanks at the front have gone down, and GoOdy does GG. So that was the end of that game. Duckload Ra has gone up 1-0 in the series. I can tell you now it did go a complete clean sweep in favour of Duckload Ra, 2-0 GoOdy, which is not an easy thing to do. GoOdy is a very, very accomplished Terran on the European ladder. I've got him on my friends list. I was looking at his profile the other day. He's got some obscene number of wins, but I can't remember exactly how many. But yeah, nice game, nice aggression using the warp prisms at the start. The Terran economy, even with mules, couldn't keep up with the Protoss economy after a lot of those went down. So that was really, really good play there by WhiteRa. I think GoOdy was gearing up to take this island expansion, although there was, I think the observer, the rally point, was up to the island, so WhiteRa was going to spot that very, very quickly anyway. So anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Before I sign off, a few very, very quick announcements. If you did watch the best of 3 series I put up between EG's Axlav and Root Cats, don't forget part 1 of that was on Force Strategy Gaming, so you can find that at www.youtube.com/Force Strategy Gaming. Also on the 5th and 6th of March I will be doing the live commentary for the polarfluke.co.za tournament, which is MMM March. I don't make up the names for these things, so please don't blame me for the bad pun. But if you want to tune in there, the gameplay starts at 1 o'clock UK time, both Saturday and Sunday, and we'll continue on forward to about 6 o'clock-ish. There is a live video stream, so you can tune in and watch that. I believe that's about all I've got to say, so thanks to everyone that subscribed, and this is Siege, signing off.